Hello everybody, AVT here, and today we're going to be doing something that I'm very excited about. I've been looking forward to doing this for quite some time, but we are on Kashyyyk. So this was an expansion for the original Star Wars Galaxies. It was called Rage of the Wookiees. It added the planet of Kashyyyk, and as you can see, it's a little bit different. It's actually very small. It consists of these, well, I guess very small. The main map is very small, but it consists of these instanced areas all around the map where there's all kinds of additional landmass and activities that you can undertake. So we are here in the capital of Kashyyyk, and from here, there's, I'm not even trying to say that, Kokowir, maybe? Forest. Up here, you've got the Rryatt Trail. Over here, you've got the Black Scale Slaver Compound. And then down here, you've got the ET hunting grounds. I don't know how to say any of these things, but you know what? Totally fine. So it's all based on these instances and these points of interest. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up here and we're going to do the Rryatt Trail. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to drive on up there, and then I'll show you what the gate looks like, and we'll go from there. Alright everybody, here we are coming up on the gate to the Rryatt Trail. And as you can see, we got all these ceremonial guards in their full-blown Wookiee armor, which is pretty sweet. I'm going to go ahead and click on the door, and as you can see here, it's going to tell you there's all these different instances of the trail itself, and there's 1 through 6 here, and it tells you the population of players on each one. I'm just going to pick a random one. I'm going to pick instance 2. It doesn't really matter for my purposes, since I'm just going to be questing in here. Alright, so now that we're here, we're going to go ahead and pick up all the quests associated with it. So we're going to talk to the Master Trail Guide here. This quest is incredibly important because there's different tiers to the Rryatt Trail, and if you don't do this quest, you will not be able to fast travel between the different levels. They're actually quite large, and you cannot use a mount here. So anyways, so you wish to learn the secrets of the Rryatt Trail. It is a dangerous place, perhaps too dangerous for you. Nothing is too dangerous for me. We will see about that. There are paths like the one you see here before me that will get you from the safety of Kashyyyk to the depths of the Shadowed Lands, and there are trails known only to the trail guides. Where can I find these trail guides? They are throughout the trail. When you reach one, they will share with you their secret paths throughout the Riot. As you learn more of these lands, your future travels will be faster and with less danger. Then I will seek out these guides. May the forest spirits guide your way. Alright, so we have Rryatt Trail Mastery. That's a very important one. And then let's go ahead, I need to talk to Carl. We'll talk to Carl here, who is just a poser, but he's wearing Wookiee armor anyways. I have a business proposal for you if you're interested. I was looking to bring back a trophy from my trip here, but I just can't bring myself to travel down this path. I may be interested. What do you have in mind? The Mistingar live a ways down the trail. It is a ferocious creature, all large and mean, and I was wondering if I could hire you to go down there and collect for me a pristine horn. I just really want the horn to hang over my mantle. The actual adventure can be saved for someone else, someone like me. Exactly, and my assessment is based on absolutely no combat experience whatsoever, so you obviously look like a competent warrior. Right, and what is in this for me? I'll tell you what, if you win this, I'll let you have my weapon. I have just about everything here a hunter can need, and I am obviously not a hunter, so feel free to take it. But only once I get the horn. Alright, I'll get this thing for you. Perfect, I'll be the talk of the town. And then, if I remember correctly, there is one more. Greetings and welcome to the Rryatt Trail. As an important part of Kashyyyk tradition, Wookiees come to the trail to prove themselves as warriors. Would you like to undertake some of the trial of the Rryatt Trail? Yes, tell me more. To show that you are an accomplished warrior, you must defeat some of the fierce denizens of the Rryatt Trail. First, I would like you to hunt Waluga skull smashers. Kill 16 of them, and then return to me. I'll do it. Perfect. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and begin our way down the trail. Some of the enemies on here, they increase in difficulty the farther you go along the trail. So I'm going to make sure that I'm nice and buffed up. And off we go. And you'll see here... Yeah, this one's calling for a group quest. They're in the 60s to 70s, these quests. So they're not going to be a cakewalk. There's one later on that I'm definitely going to need help with. There's no way I'm going to be able to do it on my own at this time. But that is okay. So these are those Waluga Skull Smashers. So while we are working our way down, we are absolutely going to take care of that. Throw some grenades. Get the AoE going. Perfect. Now do be a little bit cautious when you're fighting these. There are elites that'll be kind of hidden among these larger groups. Just keep that in mind. And they do a decent amount of damage. They're not incredibly difficult, these first ones here, but just be mindful of what you've got going on around you when you're fighting down here. There we go. Dropped all of those. Now we only need one more. You, sir, have drawn the short stick today. Perfect. So now that that's complete, let's go ahead and press onward. There are multiple paths along the trail, so make sure that you don't get lost. I mean, it's not the end of the world if you do. It's just going to cost you additional time. So not a big deal, just a little bit annoying. There is a boss Waluga right there, which I have no need to fight. So we'll just run on past that, as I'm just trying to get to the trail guide here. So, once we get to this trail guide, I'll make another very important note. But basically, make sure you go down to the next level. So, we'll talk to the trail guide here. Would you like to move down to the next level or return to the gate? We want to go down to the next level, as that's going to unlock the fast travel point for us to this next level. And then from there, since we need to return, and this is a multi-tiered Slayer quest, I want to be shown the way back to the gate. Perfect. And now we are back up at the top. We have this quest we can turn in. Very good. You have completed the Waluga Skull Smasher hunt. Next, I ask of you to defeat a crazed former Jedi who is hiding in the Rryatt Trail. His name is Rryatt. He is dangerous and not welcome on the trail. Please go defeat him. Perfect. So now we have the Crazed ex-Jedi. We still have this quest as well, and the Rryatt Trail Mastery, which we have now completed one of, because we found one of the trail guides. So now, if we talk to this guy, you'll return. Tell me which secret path you wish to travel. We can tell him we want to go to the high grounds. And that, in turn, is going to take us right back where we were here. So we haven't lost any progress. Just make sure that you do it in the proper order, because if you don't, you're going to be in a bit of trouble, and you're going to have to run the whole path again until you unlock these fast travel points. So, let us continue our hunt. Now, this is actually a little bit odd, but you kind of loop here to the left, and then you go up this really janky looking path right here, and there we go. We are now up. Sorry about that. Okay. We'll keep it going. Alright, I'm glad that we're a high enough level to where these things don't seem to be bothering us, because they are kind of a pain if you end up having to fight them. We're just going to keep going. No problemo. So let's see, I'm trying to have my memories serve me. I believe the Crazed ex-Jedi is coming up. There should be like a branch off pathway. It has been some years since I've done this, so please bear with me if I don't remember the exact pathway to each of these enemies. but I will do my best. Because, if I remember right, you follow this path up here to the left, and that gets you there. Oops. You can't fall down here, just a side note. Well, I guess can't is a little bit strong. You can, you're not supposed to be able to. The developers have actually put in ways for you to get back up, which is really nice. And there we go, cool. My memory does serve me. Here's the Crazed former Jedi. So let's go ahead and take him out. Give him the good old grenade treatment. There's a collection item back there as well. We will deal with that later. And there we go. That's right. So there's actually a collection in this game. It's a Slayer collection called Order 66 right here. And it's for killing Force-sensitive enemies throughout the game, which is pretty cool. But it's not something we're going to be dealing with for some time. It's just kind of neat that they added that little snippet. And you do get the badge for doing it, which is pretty cool too. So you can show that off. But anywho, let's continue down the path. This one right here is actually one of the longer paths. And as you'll see, I know it wasn't super evident in the first one and the second path, but by the time you get to the third and then the fourth and then the fifth path, they're actually significantly different in tone, and it's really cool because the whole premise is that you're kind of descending through the trees to the bottom level of Kashyyyk, right? Which, if you're familiar with the lore of the planet, it typically gets more dangerous and more untraveled the closer you get to the ground. It's like a natural Coruscant. So, it's pretty cool the way they structured this. They really did an excellent job when they developed this expansion. I enjoy it quite a bit. It's got a very different tone, excuse me, than the majority of the rest of the game. Alright, here's our trail guide. So, as before, show me the way down to the next level. Perfect. As you can see, we're starting to get to kind of like the, I guess, upper roots, I would call them, of the pathway. Show me the way back to the gate so we can turn in our Slayer collection and get the next one. So back over here. Urutar was a powerful foe. You have done well to defeat him. For your next hunt, I ask you to cleanse the Rryatt Trail of feral Wookiees. The terrors of the Rryatt Trail proved to be too much for these Wookiees, and they reverted to a primitive, animal-like state. Please cleanse the trail of these feral Wookiees, and in doing so, give these Wookiees an end to their suffering. I will do it. Alright, so these feral Wookiees are actually not on the path that we're on right now. So, we'll go ahead and travel down to the path. We want the Warshear canopy. Perfect. And we're just going to kind of skirt our way along. Now, we do have, not that one, this one. Kill a Mistingar. Mistingar, I guess is a better way to say it instead of Mistinger. It sounds a little stupid, doesn't it? So let's see if I can kill a few of these while I'm here and get the horn that he's looking for. Well, that was easy. Okay. I'll just go down to the next level and then I'll turn that one in. So, we'll just kind of skirt our way around here. I don't really care about fighting this guy, so I'm just going to pop a heal and pop a double time. I forgot to mention it, but I did get my pretty standard XP gain, excuse me, and movement speed buff before I started doing this. That way, we're a little bit quicker. Otherwise, trying to run this path, especially on a character with no movement steroid, well, the Commando has one, it's just, in essence, it's no movement steroid. Double time doesn't really help you all that much. But it takes a very long time. So this is a lot quicker on like a Jedi or an officer, somebody who has those movement speed steroids that can kind of boost you on through. Actually, I think there's quite a few movement speed steroids. The Commando just gets kind of screwed on that regard. But I digress. So we will continue. Be a little careful. I'm cutting it kind of close on some of these overlaps. But those little overlaps that you see, especially the corners, if you're not careful, it's actually kind of easy to slip through. So just be aware of that. Don't accidentally fall down. It is kind of a pain. If I do fall down, I can show you how to get back up. But hopefully that doesn't happen, and I don't have to show you how to get back up. We'll keep her running here. Sorry if it gets a little obnoxious having the overhead or the overlaid map on while I run this. It's the easiest way to navigate this. I mean, to be honest, I'm not even really looking at my character model. I'm just navigating by the overhead map. It's helping me follow the pathway, and then it's helping me avoid the majority of the enemies as well. Does look like quite a few Wookiees have died here. They just leave them where they lay, I guess. Guess I can track the Slayer quest again. Alright, and we are getting very close to the end now. Once these two paths rejoin, as you can see on my screen now, you know you're really, really close to the end of this trail. Or this level of the trail, I guess. Not the end of the trail. Alright, and there is our guide. So, let's talk to the purple Wookie. Show me the way down. Why that Wookie's purple? Couldn't tell you, but they're purple. Alright, so this is the Webweaver path. Show me the way back up to the gate, as before. But this time, I gotta talk to Carl, the wannabe Wookie. What? You are back already? Do you have it? Through Trandoshans and all, I made it back. The Force be praised, this is excellent. And you mentioned something of a reward? Oh yes, that is right. Here, take this. My father gave it to me for this trip. I'll tell him I lost it in a game of cards. He is sure to believe that. Enjoy your trophy. I'm sure the story of how you got it will be grand. That it will. You mentioned something about Trandoshans. Slavers or hunters, who is to say? They attacked me on the trail. My guide here is named... Zalut? Why don't you speak with them about it? The Rryatt Trail are his lands. I overheard your conversation. Trouble with the Trandoshans on the Rryatt Trail is not common, though I have not heard of them attacking off-worlders. I would say that if you are up to it, I have a mission for you. What sort of thing do you have in mind? Well, you made it back alive, so you must have been able to defeat the Trandoshans. Down farther in the trail, they have a hunting base. In this base is a radio. I want you to bring back that radio so that I can assist other clients avoid confrontations with the Trandoshans in the future. That's not written quite right, but that's okay. Just get the radio, that seems easy enough. The Trandoshans at the camp may think differently. Good luck, I'll be waiting for you to return. So the radio is actually kind of a difficult quest. Excuse me. I don't know that we're going to be able to do that one right now, but that is okay. Alrighty, so here we are back on the Webweaver path. This is the path where I'm going to find the feral Wookiees. We'll see if we'll be able to kill 24 of them. The feral Wookiees are actually something that's very commonly farmed by people looking to get junk loot or even just cash, because it's very easy to AFK farm them. So we'll see if our luck holds out and there's nobody AFK farming them on this trail, because if there isn't anybody AFK farming them on this trail, it should be really easy to clear 24 of them. They have a very large camp, and it's like 2 grenades, and we've got them, so we shall see. Make sure that I'm nice and buffed up. As you can see, I'll select one of these. They are growing in level as we descend. That feral Wookiee is level 79. Go ahead and take him out. just in case there is somebody clearing the camp. That way we've got a little bit of a head start. Awesome. And then there's another one right here. Is there one over with those? There is one over with those. Couldn't remember. Web weavers can actually do a significant amount of damage, so just be mindful of your health as you kill these things. Awesome. We'll go ahead and take out this one as well, just for insurance. Throw another cluster bomb, finish him off. Perfect. Easy as that. Moving right along. Go ahead and blast this one as well. Is it going to be enough? Not quite. We'll throw one more cluster and call it done. Perfect. Moving right along. Looting anything interesting? No, just some crummy enzymes. And some useless loot. Oh well. So here's the camp. And I'm not seeing any Wookiees. So, yeah, there's people here farming them. Bummer. So this quest is actually going to be a little more difficult to complete. Looks like they're potentially leveling pets or something here. No, they're just farming them. And it doesn't look like they have an invite system going, so that's going to be a little difficult, because that's where... Can I snag this one? No, they do a lot of damage. That's where the majority of the Wookiees are. There's a little cluster right over here. This is also where the Trandoshan camp is, so I'm going to try my luck and see if I can fight maybe one or two of these Trandos. But it's going to be difficult. And I cannot recall if they death blow or not, so we're going to have to be really, really careful. Awesome, but as you can see, the Wookiees drop pretty good cash. So that's why people farm them. I mean, I just got, 3,000 credits right there. So as you can see here, these Trandoshans, they are level 81 elites. There's a lot of them over here, so I'll see if I can just snag a few. We'll see how this goes. Oh, that's not good. They do a lot of damage. Start dropping bombs. Ooh, I think we're way over our heads here. Yeah, we're gonna go down. Hopefully they don't death blow. Guess we're about to find out if they do or not. They do not. Okay, that's good to know. So, since I know that they don't death blow, I'm actually going to do this a little bit sneaky, and I'm going to get the radio. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to track the quest. The radio is over here in this portion of the camp. It's just around this bend. So I'm going to wait until my incapacitation timer goes away so that I don't get death blown. I'm going to sprint into the camp. I'm going to get downed right next to the radio. And what's great about that is when you stand back up, there's about a 10-second window where NPCs will not aggro you. I don't know why that is. It's just something that's part of this game. And it's going to allow me to kind of cheekily grab the radio and complete the quest without having to get a group together and bring some higher level people or some better geared people, I guess, to help me out. Which I just realized I leveled up and I never spent my point. Not that it's going to matter here, but might as well just do it. Alright, there we go. So, let's go ahead and sprint on in here. We'll hit our double time, so hopefully can't even say anything. So hopefully we'll be able to make it before getting downed. Because the radio is right here on this box. Yeah, there's no way I would have been able to clear enough of this camp. So now we're going to go ahead and get downed. I'm not going to throw any abilities or anything. I don't want to accidentally re-aggro anybody with like a mine or something when I stand back up. Good, and it didn't glitch, so I didn't die. Sometimes it'll glitch to where when you get downed, you'll get smacked twice by the enemies as you're falling over. You'll actually get death blown. It's kind of a bummer. It does happen, though. Alright, so we got the radio. Let's see if I can sneak out the back now. Oh, no, I can't. We're just going to hide right here and hope that I don't re-aggro anybody until my timer goes away. Time for a little bit of hoping and praying. We'll see how this goes. Oh boy. But we did get it. So now we just need more feral Wookiees, and then we can get off of this level of the trail. And this is the second to last one. There's only one level below this. It's called the Shadowlands. Alright, there we go. Run! Let's see how far we can get before we get absolutely slaughtered. And I definitely wouldn't mind it if they just ignore me. I don't know if my luck is that good. Okay, my luck is that good, apparently. Not going to complain about that. We are free. So now is going to come the issue where we really need to clear some more feral Wookiees. And with these guys having the spawns on lock, that's going to be a little difficult. They don't have it set up right. Just so everyone watching the video is aware, it's part of the policy of the server to where if you're going to be AFK farming like this, you are supposed to have an invite macro running, so that if somebody like me comes along and I'm trying to complete the quest and you're farming in that area, I can join your group automatically, complete the quest, and then leave the group. That way I'm not stuck like I am now trying to figure out how in the world I'm going to kill another 16 Wookiees. Let's see if maybe there's some over here. I can't remember if there are or not. This is the direction we need to be going to finish out the trail. So let's see. Maybe I'll get lucky. I just don't recall there being feral Wookiees over here. I might just have to stand at that little secondary cluster. I think there was like 5 of them there, and be patient. Which is unfortunate. Sometimes, too, if there's a group doing something like this, you can kind of catch them as they spawn. And if the macro they have is not highly efficient, you can actually kind of snag them away. But it looks like their macro is pretty on point, which is a bummer. Yeah, I can't snag any of these. But it looks like these have begun to respawn, so I'll go ahead and take these out. And then I'll kind of pinball between these and the beginning ones on the trail until I get this done. I don't want to leave this level without getting this done. Just because then I would have to come back just to do this. And that's a little bit silly. So even though it's going to take me a few extra minutes, I'm going to try and just get it complete. Perfect. Man, this would be so fast if I could access these. There are definitely enough that spawn in this camp. If you see this camp without somebody farming it, there's just so many Wookiees in this camp. It's super easy, especially as a commando, if you're running grenades like I am, because you can just aggro all of them at the same time and then drag them over, pop, stand fast, and just drop grenades. And they're not going to live long enough to outlast your stand fast. They're all just going to drop. So I guess we'll work our way backwards in the interim and see if these Wookiees have respawned. It looks like they have. So we'll take out the few over here, and like I said, we'll bounce back and forth. We'll take our time, and we'll get this done. Go ahead and throw my cluster bomb, drop the remote detonator, throw some regular grenades in the mix, and done. At least these enemies are pretty good experience, so it's not like it's a complete waste having to kill all these extra enemies. Throw another cluster bomb and a mine, and then I'll probably just throw another cluster bomb again and finish them off. There we go, yep, that's exactly what I'll do. Perfection. There's that one lone feral Wookie over there, so let's take the one here with the spiders. Throw some more regular grenades into the mix. Perfect. And now, let's take out this loner over here. Like I said, if you've been taking a look at my health at all while I've been fighting these, they actually do quite a bit of damage. So just keep an eye on that. Make sure you don't accidentally get yourself killed because you're not paying attention. It's kind of easy to do whenever you have a damage over time effect like those poisons. I think it's technically called disease. Because you're just not really paying attention. Alright. Making good progress. You know what? While I wait, let's want some spider. Because why not? You know? Clearly that one doesn't want to join. Just looking to continue to draw breath. That's fair. Yeah, these guys seem to be on a rather long respawn timer. That would be 4 more. Wonder if I should just take my chances. I think I'm going to take my chances and just continue running towards the trail guide at the end. And if for whatever reason there aren't any more, maybe I can snag that one. Don't run into them. Don't run into them. Don't run into them. Don't run into them. Darn it. Bummer. Okay. I tried. Just got too many pets going on over there. Let's see if there's some more this direction. I just don't remember if there's any over here, which is why I was trying to avoid continuing down the path. But let's just run it and see if there are. And if there are, cool. And if there aren't, I will just talk to the trail guide after we go down to the Shadowed Lands and then bring myself back to this level and farm those few again, and then we'll be done. I'm not seeing any, which does not bode well. Just so you know, this is the trail that people most commonly do fall through. I believe they've gone through and corrected as much of that as they can, but I'm sure it still happens in a few places. As you can see here, there's like a gap in the path. It's pretty frequent to fall through stuff like that. So just be mindful of where you're walking. Don't accidentally clip through the ground. It's a little easier actually to get up from these areas than it is in some of the others. Oh good, there are feral Wookiees over here. How wonderful. I was really starting to regret my choice there. Awesome. Whoa, look at that. That's exactly what I was talking about. I have fallen through. So, now I can show you how to get back up. So if you fall through, what you can do, it's actually kind of cheeky. You can run all the way to the end, down on the ground, and you'll just be able to pop up there. But you find a pathway that leads to a solid landmass like this, and you can just clip right back through the bridge. Oh, there is a little cluster of feral Wookiees over here. How nice. Okay. So we'll be just fine, actually. This is exactly the amount we need to finish the quest as well. How perfect is that? Alright, we are in good shape. Well, there we go. I even got to demonstrate what happens when you fall through. How inconveniently convenient was that? Drop a remote, cluster bomb. Wow, it didn't kill these guys. Alright, there we go. And now that's done too. We got a random collection item. I'm just going to go ahead and add that, because why not? Keep my buffs going. And now we don't need to fight anything else on the trail, so I'm just going to start popping double time on cooldown. I don't really care to fight these web weavers. Yes, it's experience. Do I really need it? No. I'll get plenty of experience doing these quests, and I'm super close to level 90 at this point anyways. If I wanted to make a hard push for level 90, I would just go and I would do my 10 terminal missions for the day, which I know is something I advised in my beginner video, but for the sake of making as many of these videos as I could, I actually haven't been doing them. So if you've been doing your 10 terminal missions every day, which since I only get maybe an hour, hour and a half to play at the most, you would have done a lot of them at this point and would definitely be level 90 already. But that is okay. Interesting. A couple people on the trail up here. Looks like they're also farming something. I've never seen anybody farming right here, so I'm not quite sure what these two guys are farming. Well, two guys. It's probably one guy dual-logged, but regardless, I'm sure they're farming something. Perfect. And here we are. This is the end of the Web Weaver Trail. So, same as before, talk to the trail guide. Show me the way down. Excellent. And now we have this to turn in, and we have Cleanse the Trail to turn in, and it automatically turned in the trail guide quest for us. So, show me the way back to the gate. Let's talk to you. Back so soon. I did not expect you for another day yet. It was nothing. Here's the radio. This is perfect. I'll tell you what. I have a friend in town, Kashyyyk. She is up in the cantina in Kashyyyk. Why don't you see her when you get a chance? She might have some more work for you if you're interested. We will definitely be talking to her at a later date. Let's talk to you. Thank you. Bringing peace to those feral Wookiees was painful, but necessary task. Your next hunt is the most dangerous yet. You will hunt Mistinger on the lowest level of the Rryatt Trail. The Mistingar that are your targets are Mistingar Blood Spillers, Mistingar Death Callers, and Mistingar Bone Crushers. Do not take these creatures lightly, for they are formidable prey. I'll do it. Perfect. So now we need to go down to the Shadowed Lands. And on that note, now that we're down at the Shadowlands, I'm going to make a separate video on the quests involving the Shadowlands, just because it is basically a different level of difficulty, and we're really going to need some help to get it done. So, as always, I hope you've enjoyed. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe down below, and I will see you next time.